What's good? What's good? What's good, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing okay. I'm back with another stream. Tottenham, Man United match preview. Um, no haircut, man. Normally I've got a trim. Normally I'm looking slick, but I'm growing it out at the moment. I'm growing it out. I'm trying to prepare myself for the UV award show. Obviously, the Football Content Awards. We're nominated for 3 awards. So I'm trying to keep it, I'm trying to grow this out until then. So I've got a good solid month to go. After that, I'm gonna go and get a haircut. But until then, you guys gonna have to have the rough fuzz for a minute. The rough fuzz, I'm just gonna grow it out. But yeah, listen, let's get straight into it. Big up to everyone that's joining. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you are enjoying the stream, if you're supporting the channel. So big up. But yeah, Man United and the Tottenham Hotspur match preview. If you're the members, I'm gonna drop the StreamYard link for the members to join in the chat and join into the stream and have their say as well. So big up the members. You guys can join in straight away. If you want to become a member, you can do so using the link in the bio or the button in the super chat as well. Let's get straight into it. Listen, Tottenham are a solid team, I'm hearing bare Man United, like loads of Man United fans disrespecting Tottenham. I'm hearing Man United fans saying, we're going to beat them. Kulusevski's not playing. Eric Dyer's not a good player, this, that, the other. But I don't really understand why Man United fans are forgetting that they do have Harry Kane. They do have Heung-min Son. Two absolute machines. Obviously, one's better than the other. If you ask me Heung-min Son, I rate Heung-min Son more than Harry Kane. Everybody knows this. That's just my agenda that I have. But nonetheless, Tottenham Hotspur are doing well. They beat Everton, they beat Frankfurt, Brighton. They drew against Frankfurt before, and then they lost against Arsenal. They're looking good. They're not way ahead of us in essence, but they're also not way behind us. Do they have a better squad than us? I wouldn't say so. In essence, I wouldn't say they have a better squad than us, but their forward players are of serious concern. I don't think Kulusevski plays tomorrow, in all honesty, but I do think if we don't manage to control Son and Kane, it'll be a big problem, a seriously big problem. Going back and looking at their previous fixtures against, for example, when they played Everton and they beat them 2-0, keeping a clean sheet there, you look at how they lined up, right? If you look at their lineup, they played 3 at the back. Big up Tyrone in the comments as well. Big up, bro. Welcome. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. If you go ahead and look at their lineup against Everton, they played 3 at the back and then 4 in the midfield, 2-1, Son and Richarlison. I don't think Richarlison is fit at the moment. I think he's out. But nonetheless, they still have options. They still have a heavy squad to go and play these games. In terms of their midfield, in terms of their back line, do I rate them above Man United's players? Absolutely not. I really don't. I don't think Bentancur and Højbjerg get into Man United squad. I know I saw Flex and Tapping Tobes' stream this morning where Tapping Tobes was adamant that he wants some of his Tottenham Hotspur players to get into this Man United squad. But if you ask me, I really don't see how. I really don't see how, because Spurs sometimes go 5 at the back. Spurs sometimes, go 3 at the back. And Tapping Tobes actually was saying, if you isolate Ronaldo in that game, you'll see that automatically we have somewhat of a dangerous forward out of the game, because if you put a man marking Ronaldo all the time, then he's out of the game, because Ronaldo can be very lethal. We've seen that twice last season against Spurs, what he did and what he's capable of. Do we have the same Ronaldo at the moment? No. We still like fingers crossed every game, thinking, oh, this might be the game that he starts turning up. We thought that after the Everton game, it'll be the game that, oh, okay, he's going to now start going and playing and get a lot of confidence, but that's not happened really. And with that being said, even the man in between the sticks, Hugo Lloris, he's not really the guy that you would go and say, yeah, this is the guy that you can rate and you can rely on, thinking, you know what, Hugo Lloris can turn up. It's one of the hit and miss, if you ask me. It's a hit and miss. Um, don't know what's going on, obviously, with a couple of the Emerson Royale as well. Don't know what's going on. But they've got Ben Davis, they've got Langley, they've got Christian Romero. Um, who else? I think considering they're gonna play obviously Dyer in the back. I don't know if they're gonna play Bissouma. Bentaker is there. Højbjerg, Lucas Moura. I don't think Lucas Moura will start tomorrow. Oliver, I don't think will start tomorrow as well. But you have Harry Kane, Perisic, Son, Richarlison being out. So a key player, if you ask me, one of the key players, Richarlison, is still out, which is a positive for us. Kulusevski, obviously, there's an argument that, oh, would you pick Kulusevski or would you pick Anthony? I know there's lots of talks in the internet that, yeah, I would pick Kulusevski over Anthony all day, every day, because Anthony's not shown anything just yet. But I don't know. I do have a bias for Anthony. I have a huge bias for Anthony because I enjoy the type of football Anthony plays. But nonetheless, Kulusevski is injured, so he's not going to be in the squad. He won't be in there. So my main concern, if you ask me, is Heung-min Son, or Song Heung-min. Some people like to pronounce it that way. Son is an absolute headache if he is in the mood. This man, should I say, is beyond lethal. His finishing is one of the best in the world. His movement is good. So is Harry Kane. Harry Kane is really good as well. As much as I rate Son more than Harry Kane, it doesn't take anything away from the caliber of player Harry Kane is. Harry Kane is very, 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 very upper echelon player as well. Big up to Tyrone says they'll go 3-5-2 and cram the midfield. Yep. Tomorrow would be frustrating for us with Bissouma coming in. Got to watch out for Højbjerg runs. Bissouma is a very good ball carrier, man. I wish he came to Man United. I really, really wish he had come to Man United, because this guy, Bissouma, if you manage to, no, I don't like to say unlock, but if you manage to find a system where he gets enough space and he gets the freedom to run with that ball, boy, is he good. And he can beat a man as well in that midfield. I properly wanted him in Man United. And yeah, that cramming of the midfield, McTominay is obviously, I'm hoping he's back. Eriksen is back. We're going to get into the Ten Hag presser in a moment as well. I'm hoping that we can have a McTominay in there, because I feel like the last game we really missed McTominay. We really did. Eriksen, he's been ill. He's recovering. I don't know how quickly he's recovered, but I hope he can give us some good minutes. I do want to consider not starting him, and I'll be very honest with you. These players have game after game after game. We have to be careful how we're managing these players. I don't want to start Eriksen tomorrow. I really don't. I'd prefer Casemiro, Scott McTominay, and Bruno, with Eriksen coming on later on in the game and getting some minutes and building up again, because we've got Chelsea in the weekend straight away. So I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, because we do have to think of managing players. We've got Chelsea straight after that as well, a very heavy game. Varane, I want to protect him. I want to make sure he doesn't get injured. Martial, still not back. Again, missing game after game. And these are big games, by the way. These are big games. I'm not taking a pop at Martial, because I'm not going to kick him when he's down. But the fact is, he's missing, key games. So, yeah. Skills, big up to yourself. Ganso, big up, says, I don't rate a lot of the players, but with Conte as a manager, he elevates a lot of mid players. True. Conte does have that in him. He can elevate mid players. I like to call him, he has that bastard in him, there is a way Conte's attitude can get to players. And I love that about him. There is something that he has, this aura about him, that he can inject venom into players. And I really love that about a manager. I love a manager that can get you to buy into them, that can get you rattled up and ready for a game. I do enjoy that. But tactically, though, he is, some will say he's a bit too defensive. Some will say He's a bit too old fashioned. There's a conversation to be had there as well. But he's a solid manager in his time. He's done really well. But he's also a manager who's gone into Tottenham and said he's having a breakdown. He might not be good enough for the job. We'll see. We will see. Ronaldo is is the Tottenham owner's skills 3-1. Man United fans been going and saying Omonia 5-1. This team 3-0. And look, we've only barely been winning games. Big up Faz Eriksson. Hopefully starts. I hope so too. Big up Flora. Big up Liam. Hopefully Eriksson is fit enough to start. Big up. Yeah, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're enjoying. Big up Fast. Dallo needs to bring the energy against Son. Oh my God, I'm waiting for this. Dallo versus Son. I think Luke Shaw will start. So it might be Perisic that he takes on. I am looking forward to see who he'll go and start, but we'll just see. We'll just see. I don't think Malasia starts, in all honesty, but then I won't mind. I need someone physical and with a dog in them. I need someone to make good challenges. But then does he want someone to overlap and beat that wing back press? That's another thing as well. We'll see. Big up Griggs as well, who's joined the stream. Griggs, how you doing?
Good, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. What Twitter theory have you brought to the stream today?
I don't have any theories today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm out of theories.
I feel like you've been awake for the past 5 days trying to figure out. You've been awake since the Newcastle game trying to figure out how to beat Tottenham.
Nah. It's not that hard, to be honest. You just gotta score against them. Like if we take our chances, we'll beat them because they give up a lot of shots. If we convert them,
Don't say take your chances. Don't talk about taking chances. I don't think we can take chances.
we probably can't. But I'm just gonna hope that we can. But it's their game plan is very simple. It's Harry Kane and Son go Bird. That's their game plan. That's pretty much it. So if Ten Hag can come up with something to neutralize it, then we'll be fine.
How do we talk to me in terms of obviously Ericsson is just coming back from being not injured but being unwell, under the weather. I don't feel like it's a good idea to start him in this game. We've got Chelsea, a massive game, if you ask me. Chelsea is a big game away as well. I wouldn't mind just scraping this game and getting a win and then really going for it against Chelsea because we need Varane fit for Chelsea. We cannot risk these players. After that, we've got
West
Sociedad
Ham.
as well.
Yeah, no, we have Sheriff and then West Ham and then Sociedad.
Is it Sheriff first, then Sociedad?
Yeah, they switched it up this
Okay.
year. It's like the second fixture.
Okay.
So yeah, they switched it up.
Oh, I think we have West Ham,
Yeah,
Sheriff, then Sociedad.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Ericsson. Spurs in midfield aren't the strongest anyway. Like that's not their game plan. They don't really pass it around the midfield. That's not something that Conte always like does. Bissouma, Højbjerg, Bentancur. It's like maybe you could get away with like a Casemiro and Bruno's gonna start regardless of my opinion on him. There's no point in trying to argue against Bruno starting. It's fighting a losing battle. It's just that third midfield spot. Will he go with Ericsson? Will he go with McTominay, who's back? He's not suspended anymore. I would go with McTominay just to have a little more physicality in midfield. Because Fred, I get it. His counter pressing is phenomenal. Ten Hag talked about. That's the only thing that Fred gets praised for nowadays is his counter pressing. And against Spurs, if they can make the mistake, Fred pounces on it and we can start a quick counter attack. So I see it from that standpoint. But Fred was so bad with his first touch. And Spurs also capitalize on your mistakes. And if Fred makes that mistake and deep in our own half, Son and Kane will pounce on it in the flick of a switch and Spurs score. So I can see that mistake happening. So it'll be interesting by Ten Hag. I do agree with you though. Ericsson, I play him like second half, like a good 35 minutes, something like that. And then Chelsea, because Chelsea will be a tough game. Graham Potter's in charge now. He already beat us this season. So we already know how tough of a task Graham Potter's
The thing is, well, with Fred, he can't carry the ball.
No, he definitely can't.
At all to save his life. It's like he's scared to carry the ball. And in the game against Newcastle, I saw numerous times when he had the opportunity to take the ball forward and he really, really, really was scared. We need an upper echelon ball carrier. I would have, in an ideal world, loved a Bissouma and a Frankie de Jong in my team. One, not as same as each other, but not massive levels of difference in terms of being able to carry the ball. We don't have a ball carrier. Ericsson doesn't carry the ball in essence. Casemiro, absolutely not. Fred, absolutely not. Bruno tries it, but it doesn't work out for him. McTominay
He's
does
actually our
it. He
best ball
does it
carrier.
okay recently.
He's our best ball carrier theoretically because he's a decent ball carrier. He just doesn't do it enough
McTominay is our
because
best ball carrier.
he's just scared to do it. He just like hides. That's his weakness. If he's in a mood, like if he's feeling it, if he's in good form, McTominay will start carrying the ball. He'll start doing things that you're not familiar with his game. He's a confidence player. That's how it is with McTominay. And his confidence is up. He just scored the
Yeah,
winner
I
last week.
totally agree.
Obviously, he sat on Sunday because he was suspended, but
I
I
totally
would throw him
agree.
in. I would throw him in tomorrow.
I think you're 100% right. I think Fred, sorry, McTominay, he can carry the ball. I agree with you, but for me, sometimes he overdoes it.
Yeah,
He
that's the
overdoes
issue.
it. He carries the ball 3 steps extra than needed. When it's like he goes into an exciting, kid mentality where he just carries the ball too much. You need to slow down. You've carried the ball a bit. Okay, cool. Move the ball forward and move it well. And he fails. He fails to do that. Is it going to be a game where you want to see maybe a youth player come in as well, like a Kubimayo
No. Well, he just started.
or
He's
a
playing today
Iqbal
right
or a
now.
Ganacho?
They're playing right now against Fleetwood Town in the Papa John's Trophy. So I doubt they play tomorrow. So
I'm
I don't know.
concerned about how these players are going to play so many games back to back.
Yeah,
They've
Ten
just
Hag
played a
talked
game
about
on
it today.
Sunday.
Ten Hag talked about it today. He's like, I have to be really specific when I rest, when I don't rest, who I rest. Um, we have a game on Saturday again. And we have a game next Thursday and Sunday, and then another game on Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. I think there's six games left for the
Listen,
next month.
people don't understand. A Thursday Sunday game is very hard on the body. People do not appreciate that. Man City and Arsenal game was supposed to be today, and that got postponed.
Tomorrow, yeah, or it was. I think it was tomorrow.
Tomorrow, sorry, yeah, it
Yeah,
was supposed to be tomorrow, and it got postponed. Um, so they got lucky in that. Liverpool fans are complaining that they've had to play loads of big teams already, in a jam-packed, schedule. But if you ask me, we haven't had the easiest option as well. We've had a lot of jam-packed, big teams to play, and
we've
the
actually
and
had
the
the hardest schedule to start the season. There was like a graph.
yep,
We've had the
I
hardest
would
schedule.
say. But Liverpool fans would disagree. Liverpool fans would say they've had the harder ones.
They
But
complain about every
nonetheless,
single way.
look, who's the number one player in Spurs team that you fear? I know it's Heung-min Son.
I'm debating between
It's
him or
Heung-min
Harry.
Son.
I'm debating between him or Harry Kane.
You are not scared of Harry Kane.
No, I am because he'll draw a pen and score the pen. That's what I'm scared of. That's how Spurs get a lot of
Okay,
goals this
yes,
season.
he can draw penalties. That I will give him. He does draw penalties, but it is boy and boy, it is Heung-min Son. It is Heung-min Son.
Yeah, especially
I
Dallo.
normally
Yeah, if he gets Dallo on a yellow card early, it could get long.
my concern is that Dallo yellow card early is not a good idea, and on top of that, Dallo's performance is declining.
He's tired. He's clearly tired. It has to be that, like, or that, or the contract's getting to his head, maybe because he's been rumored to start contract talks now. Barcelona's been in his ear that they don't help matters. They never do help matters. I hate that club with a passion, but there's a whole lot of stuff. World Cup is coming up. He has to fight for a big spot in the World Cup because he's competing against a lot of big fish. Nuno Mensch, Joao Cancelo, Rafael Guerrero. So it's not easy.
Hmm. Starting 11, who you picking? Let's get the starting 11 out the way.
Ah,
Hold on, let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. Squad. So there we go. It's going to be a 4-2-3-1. We know that. Let's do it this way today. Bit different. It's not going to be Dubravka, is it?
that guy doesn't exist. I've said this multiple times. I refuse to believe that's a real person.
Well, and I'm going to put David a bit higher up because he is a sweeper keeper at the end of the day. let's just okay. We'll come to that. We know Dalo's gonna play. That's guaranteed. We know Ronaldo's gonna play. That's guaranteed. Bruno's gonna play. That's guaranteed.
Is Ronaldo guaranteed though?
Martinez is gonna play. I do feel Ronaldo is guaranteed. I do feel it. McTominay is gonna play, guaranteed. Um, Varane or Lindelof. That's the question.
I think it was
And I
Varane.
don't think Ten Hag likes rotating. Ten Hag's a very stubborn guy. If we haven't learned already, I don't know when we will. Oh, the most guaranteed player, Anthony. I think he doesn't play Ericsson.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably true.
I think he might start Sancho.
I think he benches Rashford again.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't start Rashford. In all honesty,
I'm starting Rashford. I don't know who their right wing back is. I don't care if it's Emerson. I don't care if it's Matt Doherty. I don't care if it's freaking Perisic on the right. I don't care if it's Tanganga on the right. Put Rashford in, and he's cooking all of them.
who's gonna
That's
be on the left side for Spurs?
the left side is Perisic and Son. Or says will he go
So if it's
Sessegnon? No.
Perisic, it would make sense to have Malacia. It would, because you can't ask Luke Shaw to overlap whilst marking Perisic. You can't.
Yeah, sure, I guess. I don't know. Luke Shaw's kind of feeling himself right now. He's talking. He's saying, I have to learn how to be more consistent. Maybe he's finally grown up in life. It's about damn time. But he could just be talking to get that contract.
Liam says, why not Elanga to rotate a bit? But Ten Hag doesn't do rotating. I
Ten
don't
Hag
think you
don't feel
guys.
Elanga. Ten Hag don't
I
feel
don't.
Elanga right now. I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
doesn't
he's
do.
not
He
feeling
doesn't
it.
do rotating. He really doesn't do rotating. Ten Hag doesn't do any rotating. I don't think Ericsson starts. But then knowing Ten Hag, he's got a dilemma because Casemiro did well last game. If you ask me,
Against Newcastle. It was off the ball, he was good. On the ball, I'm still a little worried. I still like
he did decent. He did decent. You can't take that away from Casemiro. He made really good challenges. He was physical. He did his job. He was
he
he was
kept
a
Bruno
team
G
player. He was a
he
solid
kept
team
Bruno G
player.
quiet. That was the most important thing. He kept Bruno Guimaraes quiet, and that was important for us. That was his task, and he did it to perfection. Kept
And
Bruno Guimaraes. We didn't hear his name
Newcastle
all day.
Bruno didn't really have a good game. So if you ask me, he did a solid job. Scott McTominay coming in it'll be interesting. With no Ericsson, Bruno is obviously just Bruno, and Ronaldo is obviously just Ronaldo. I think the main player for me going forward would need to be Anthony and Sancho to try and create something.
I would just start Rashford just to pin back Spurs a little bit.
Hmm.
Wait, no, you said about Perisic on the left, so that would be on Dalo's side.
So you mean on the right? Who's going to be on the right? Is it Son?
No, it's on the right hand side is Kulusevski most likely and Emerson Royale. Or
For Dalo to mark.
no, that's for Malacia to mark because Son and Perisic are opposite
I'm
Dalo.
getting confused by your left and right, to be honest.
Yeah, so like the left hand side of Spurs goes up against our right hand side, and their right hand
Yep.
side goes up against our left.
Yeah.
So Dalo has to go up against Son and Perisic.
Someone said Dalo is definitely not playing. He's gonna get a yellow card and he's gonna miss the match against Chelsea.
Wan-Bissaka high rise up. He's playing Raheem Sterling. It's time to pocket Raheem Sterling for the 15th time.
Kulusevski is out, which is
Oh, and so is Richarlison probably.
yeah. Richarlison out as well. Yeah, they've not been cleared.
Oh, I know what Conte's gonna do. He's gonna play 3-5-2.
We were just discussing that at the start of the stream.
Yeah, he's gonna play Son Kane up top. So they're gonna
He's
go with the
gonna-
extra midfielder.
Yep.
So you have to play McTominay then, because that means Basuma's coming in, which means we need physicality.
I mean, they got players. They got Bentaker. They got Højbjerg.
Basuma, that's gonna be
They
their
got
midfield three.
Perisic. They got
That makes
players,
it.
man.
That means Varane and Martinez are gonna have to be on task because Son's gonna be making those decoy runs. for,
Even
like, Harry Kane.
Richarlison plays that wing back role almost.
Yeah, it's Conte. Conte makes sure that everyone knows how to play wing back. Lucas Moura plays wing back for them.
Conte just tells you where to play and you play. You don't ask questions.
Pretty
He
much.
really doesn't care about positioning. He'll just make you do whatever he wants. Um, and two creative players, if you ask me, Richarlison and Kulusevski are both out, which really means everything will come down to Højbjerg, Bentancur, Son, and Kane. And I don't really think Højbjerg and Bentancur will do us any damage. And I think it'll come down to Son and Kane to carry the team. And we know who can and we know who can't. Kane can definitely not carry any sugar. Son can. So it'll be stick Martinez on or Dallo on Son and literally just double up on him and do not let him pass, because if he passes or if he manages to do the 1-2 with Harry Kane, it's long day. It is long day. I genuinely fear Heung-min Son. I don't think people understand.
That's fair. I don't really fear him this much this season, but he could easily he's the type of player that can score a goal at any given moment. So you always have to fear him in that aspect. He's a goal scorer of the highest
Højbjerg
caliber.
has been their best midfielder.
It's been good this season. I still think Bentancur is better than him, to be honest. I think Bentancur is a really underrated player. I watched him a lot at Juve before Allegri came and ruined everything in life for that club. But
My concerns are two players, if you ask me. Out of all of my concerns is this and this. Jadon Sancho, Bruno Fernandes. Two creative players who are supposed to create things for players. Passing lines, maybe beating a man, early crosses, not happening from them. Nothing's happening from either of them. So I need to see some serious crossing, some serious beating of a man, some serious ball carrying from them, because they are going to populate that midfield. They are really going to populate that midfield. And if Bruno does not come back and help out, we are in deep trouble. Bruno loves his Rocky style hero runs here. He wants to be there.
He's not getting that space against Spurs. That space is not opening up against Spurs.
Sometimes you don't have to give him space. The guy will just run for the sake of it. He literally just runs for the sake of it.
But this time, he won't be getting the ball. He'll be making those runs, but no one will be passing it to him because that lane won't be open. Unless Anthony starts trying to hit Chavelas again, it pisses me off.
Let's go and have a look at Ten Hag's press conference, see what he had to say. Let me bring that up. Bear with me. Let me bring that up.
I think I sent a couple quotes in the chat earlier.
What was that? Sorry?
I sent a couple quotes earlier in the chat when I saw a couple quotes.
Oh, let me bring it up.
With an injury update, a few maybe on your list of how everybody is, and perhaps specifically Christian and Anthony.
Anthony Martial, he's back on the pitch, but not in the team training. Christian Eriksen returned in the team training today, and we have to see how that works out, how he will recover, if he has tomorrow the energy. So we have to wait for that.
Have we any updates with Harry and Donny and Aaron maybe?
They could progress all, and they will return all in team training this week.
That's good news, isn't it? May I ask you about Antonio Conte? I know you've never faced him as a manager, at least. I'm just wondering if he's somebody that you've maybe met away from the pitch, and what you think of him as a manager.
He's a fabulous manager. He's winning trophies with in the Premier League, in Italy, and you can really see his signature in the match from his team, and that's a big compliment, I think.
Eric, I just wanted to follow up. With Christian, obviously he's going to be potentially facing his former club. Has his impact at United even surprised you, just quite how good he's been?
No, because I know him a long time. Because everyone knows he get developed in Ajax. So I knew him from the Netherlands, but also we faced him. So as a manager, I faced him. So I know his capabilities, and I was so happy that we could sign him. And I think he proved from the first day how important he is for our game.
And just on injury updates, we haven't had an update on Brandon Williams and Axel Tuanzebe for a while. Do you think they'll be available before Christmas, or is it going to be after the World Cup?
I see good progress with Brandon Williams. He returned on the pitch, individual base. Axel is still in, working inside. So he's not back on the pitch. I think it will be difficult for Axel to return before Christmas.
I think he means Twanzebe, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I forgot that guy existed. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot that guy existed.
I didn't even know Twanzebe was around Man United at one point. I just totally forgot that he was even part of the squad. But it shows we do have players who are just out or with injuries. Not necessarily crucial players, but still players who are out on injury. So yeah.
So probably, let's say, not talk about back in the squad for the games, but probably in the training for the team training.
Just on Ronaldo being taken off for the weekend, he seemed very upset. I suppose that's a good thing because a player wants to play football. But is he? How's he feeling? Is he happy? Continued rumours about his future.
I think non player is happy when he get off, and especially not Ronaldo. I understand that. If as long as it is in a quite normal way, no problem with that. He has the convincement he should stay on and he should score a goal. That is why he's that good.
He scored a hat-trick in this fixture last season. So is that in your thoughts ahead of starting him maybe tomorrow?
It's in. I know it. But and of course you also when you make a lineup, several facts you count on, but also other facts you take count on.
Eric, can you give us your response to the fact that Manchester United have been charged over the behaviour of their players, your players, on Sunday?
And what's the question?
Can you give us your response to the fact?
My response?
Yeah.
To the charge. Yeah, it was. I must say, I don't think it was too strong. It was. I think they don't want really aggressive, but I don't know what's happening exactly on the pitch because for me it was too far away. I have seen it back on video, and so there was a touch from the player from Newcastle. That was quite clear, and then they. Go to the key to the ref to ask about. Okay.
Could you?
I'll be honest. Ten Hag, this is something that I wanted to bring up. Someone says, "What's the wage policy when you're injured?" Yeah, you get full pay. You do get your full wages. Even if you're injured on international duty, you'll get your full wages. But Fergie used to go sick at the referees. Conte would absolutely kill the like anything. He would just annihilate the referees. Pep Guardiola would annihilate the referees. Don Carlo Ancelotti would do his eyebrow at the referees. Klopp would do what he would do anything at the referees. Who else? Who else can I? Wenger. He would make even Wenger would make sharp comments about. Yeah, he'd make sharp comments about the referees. Who else?
Jose would literally.
Jose Mourinho would absolutely murk referees. There is a pattern of Premier League, even Lampard, Gerrard, they have a go as well at referees. Ten Hag is too much of a gentleman at times. I do like that his gentlemanness. I do like that he's all about do your job, get the points, go home. Kill the team, go home. Nothing else. You lost the game based on your doing, or you drew the game based on your doing. Forget the ref. And I really like that. But now, when you look back at certain decisions from the ref, you must make a fuss because Man City, I guarantee you, would launch an official investigation. Klopp would. And those clubs would follow. But Ten Hag just seems a bit laid back on it. And I don't know how I feel. Griggs, how do you feel about it?
I sent this exact quote in the morning. I said, it's kind of soft. Like me and you were talking about it yesterday in the group chat. I said, bro, like, I get the being nice, and it's good for in terms of building squad bondness. I think David Ornstein talked about it, how this the group of Man United players would go like ride or die for Ten Hag, even if they would never turn on him. They'd turn on executives before they turn on Ten Hag. That's all nice and good, but like you said, that referee Craig Pawson was an absolute disgrace on Sunday. He was winking at the fans after the game. The penalty decisions, especially the Sancho one, was diabolical. The free kick, everyone heard the whistle. We all saw the video of like the live ground of people at the live ground filming it. We all heard the whistle. It was a clean goal. Ronaldo's not some young guy. He knows every single trick in the book. And someone like him heard that whistle and automatically pounced on the ball. Like we could criticize Ronaldo, but he ain't no, like I said, he ain't no rookie. He's a 20-year vet. He knows every trick in the book. Do you remember against Chelsea in 2008 when Rooney and Ronaldo took that short corner where like Rooney put the ball and like the ref blew the whistle and United like did the corner, but they disallowed it. It's kind of what reminded me of that. Like Ronaldo knows the tricks and everything. So if he thinks that like if he heard the whistle, that means that whistle blew. And it should have counted. And like
100%.
Ten Hag should have gone in the ref. He should have been waiting
I think
outside
he's
the
just Ten Hag's
referee
being
locker room.
nice here. But Yuma Space Kid makes a very good point. He said managers need to make their mark. You know, it's his first year. He doesn't want to rattle the referees, or you know, he doesn't want to be ungentlemanlike or whatever. You know, however nice way you want to put it. He wants to establish himself in the league properly. And like I say, I really, really like a manager that is all about do it the right way, which is, you know, like I said in the members only group chat, like militant, black ops style, kill the team, go home. There is no question. It's like boxing. Knock the boxer out, knock your opposition out. There's no judges. Don't blame the judges if they rob you. Simple as. And referee, what's his name?
Craig Pawson.
Pawson, man. Shameful referee. And honestly, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I am very, very sympathetic to refs. Again, a close friend of mine is a referee. He's a referee. I really understand what they go through. But nonetheless, that was diabolical. Again, I will push the ref aside. This is my thing. I'll push the ref aside. Refs have shockers all the time. Where the fuck was VAR?
That's the issue.
Where
Here's
the fuck was VAR?
That's the issue.
Where the fuck was VAR? Why the fuck have you brought VAR if you wanna?
And that's the issue. This is the issue.
If you wanna sleep in,
it's the people that it's who's in charge of VAR. So they have referees running VAR. They need to bring someone that's neutral and run VAR because these refs don't know how to use VAR. They're probably technologically incompetent. I think they have what's his name, Mike Dean's running VAR. Why are we trusting Mike Dean to run VAR? This guy's was an absolutely horrific ref. And I think with Craig Pawson, I think it was the wink that pissed me off. Like if I hadn't seen the wink, I would have been fine. When I saw him winking at fans after the game, that's what put my head on planet Mars. Look at this.
Pawson refereeing a championship game and didn't
Pathetic,
give a
man.
penalty.
Everyone hates that guy. I mean, everyone hates every ref in the Premier League because they're all terrible at their job. But that's none.
Look, I get it. You can make a bad call. I am sympathetic. I am. But VAR see it from 10 different angles.
The penalty,
what
especially.
What kind of excuse is that?
The penalty, especially I think the free kick thing they couldn't really recheck because that's all on the referee and if he thinks he blew his whistle or not. But the penalties, how those didn't go to VAR, especially the Sancho one, like that's disgraceful.
I can think of better ways to fucking run VAR. I swear to God, I'm an idiot. I'm not even a clever guy, and I can think of better ways to do VAR because VAR is non-existent. Non-existent. You need like I don't know. The Premier League, need 10 VAR freaking analysts or referees, and then you can say, okay, boom, 6 people say penalty, 4 don't. Right, man, referee check it. Whatever, or majority over 10. VAR doesn't work because sometimes the VAR refs side with the ref's decision. In our case, the same thing. You need multiple VAR people to have multiple screens looking at multiple angles instantly and then saying pressing a button saying foul, penalty, whatever, foul, and then some say no, and you have a percentage, and the percentage rule, whoever gets, whatever gets the highest, it wins. Simple.
Something like that. I think the thing is, like in the Prem, especially, like they never go to the monitor to check. It's very rare, and that's when you only see decisions overturned. If they don't go to the monitor, it's never getting overturned. And I think the fact is, like, what they should do is you just stop the clock, you go to the monitor, you go look at the monitor at different angles, and then you make a decision, especially for
Yeah.
penalty decisions. Like,
No,
because it's a clear and obvious thing that they always talk about. A referee will never want to go back on his decision because he looks like a fool. That's what
nobody actually knows
prideful.
what's the process behind VAR. As far as I know, and please, if you know, educate me, and if I'm incorrect, do educate me. But as far as I know, the referee sees the foul, the shout happens, he asks VAR, can you recheck? VAR check. If VAR believe that the ref made the wrong call, they will say, ref, can you please check it on the monitor? Off he goes to the monitor, he checks it, then he makes the final call. And in certain cases, if it's very blatant, the VAR will just come back and say, yeah, VAR, it's a foul. It's like cricket when they do, back check in the room and they say, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll make the decision because but in cricket, they have a clear trust in the VAR. The thing with football, the ref, if you do not trust your judgment, it's fine. Don't worry. Just let the VAR do the job. Why is there this back and forth shit? In cricket, if you are not sure, you just say, when the player says, how's that? You just say, and you let it, boom, my job here is done. I don't know what angle, what happened, because the naked eye cannot see what point the cricketer crossed the line and the ball hit the thing. You can't check all that. So you know what? Yeah, upstairs it goes, and upstairs can make a decision. Why can't refs do that? I don't get it. It is so bad. It is actually, and I like VAR. This is my thing. I actually think VAR has a place in football. It does. But when it's
In every
like
sport.
this, when you're blatantly not involved, then no. And on top of that, I have another bone to pick. In NFL, the referees are mic'd up.
Yeah.
That's a fucking big thing. They are mic'd up. You can hear what they're saying. They speak to the crowd. They are attached to the speakers, and you know the justification behind their decision. Am I right?
Yeah, even in basketball too.
Fuck. Football needs to reassess itself. I swear to God, because this type of thing is killing games. It is really
And it's
killing
like
games.
it's not just us too. Like we could take it as like bias against it, but it's in every game that you see a terrible refereeing decision that just doesn't go to VAR. Like the Liverpool thing, like with Mo Salah, that was a foul by Bernardo Silva. Let's be real, he basically like flipped him over, like full Nelson, like he's freaking Chris Masters in WWE. That's what he was doing against Mo Salah, and Klopp was right to get angry. Like I get why he got angry, but it's just every single game. There's a VAR in F1. Is there actually?
Yeah, that's true. They should separate them. They really, really should. And I really think the commission, the FA Ref Commission, should analyze each game, scrutinize each game, and have a authority where they critique the ref. They critique the ref after each game.
Oh, do you know who does that? The NBA. They call it the 2-minute report. In the last 2 minutes of the game, they bring up every single refereeing decision. And if it was wrong or not.
Wow. I didn't know that. I don't watch NBA. I did
Yeah.
not know that.
The 2-minute report. It's in the last 2 minutes. And it gets people pissed off really because you see a lot of the bad calls that get made. And you're like, why the hell are those calls getting made? But obviously it doesn't change the outcome, but it kind of shows you how bad the refs are. It kind of shows that.
Wow. Look at that. And in football, you have one idiot referee on the pitch who doesn't even go and speak to the linesman at times to check if he's right or wrong. Man, it's really bad. In NFL, you have refs everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Even
From
like you have
different angles.
You have the lines judge. That's a lot. Everyone's allowed to throw the flag too. Like there's no one referee that's allowed to make the throw the flag. Everyone's allowed to. It's just that one ref that speaks to the fans. That's the only difference.
And that's the point, Space Kid, is more stick needs to come to these refs.
Good. They keep
They
getting
need
away
to
with
be
it.
held accountable.
They have the main, what I call it, main character syndrome. That's what they
It's
have.
bad. Let's finish this video.
Just give us your thoughts. There's been a lot of debate in this country about referees and respect and how that feeds down to the very lowest levels of the game where children play and referees get abused because they're on their own. It wasn't the worst incident at the weekend, but your team chased after a referee and that looks not great. What is your view of that? And
Shut up.
Man, shut the fuck! What the fuck do you mean we chased? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Do like I show speed and slap the referee with a shirt? What are we supposed to do? Man, shut the fuck! These journals, man, about respect and this. Respect what? Man, I'm glad I am not in a position where these lot can hear me, because boy, I would have let it off. Shut off. Ten Hag, man, I want to know what he said.
and the example that's setting to you.
Example when the fucking referee is making blatant mistake. What do you mean example? He's taking the pace, he's costing us the game, and you want to fucking respect him. What do you mean? About you saying grassroots, you're just using young children football to, stir the pot. You think I'm fucking stupid? Griggs, you know what he's doing, right?
Yeah, I do.
You know what he's doing? He's stirring the pot to make it sound like, oh, Ronaldo, oh, your Brunos, oh, all of these players, they surrounded the referee. Children look at football. You're supposed to be, professional. Shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a young child doesn't see Ronaldo being professional and says, I am going to be professional. No fucking child says that. Even kids fucking argue with refs. Football is football. Set an example, man. Then leave this.
I got kicked out of a game one time. I yelled at the ref.
Man, these journals, man, set an example, man. What are you talking about? I get it. You have to lead by example. You have to set a standard, but that's blatant.
That's more off the pitch than on the pitch.
Man, thank you. That's more off the pitch. Be a good example off the pitch. But in God successful. His forehead is as
I don't even know who this journalist is.
He's a
Actually,
very famous journalist. I did
Who is
forget
it?
his name, but he's very, very famous. He's
no.
very well known. I did forget his name. He's a regular. He's been in Man United for a long time.
Younger players who are just starting to play football.
First of all, and I want to express that we have always accept the referee's decisions, but it's also quite.
No, we don't.
See what I mean?
No, we don't.
See what I mean?
This guy's too
See
nice,
what I mean?
man.
That's it. We always act like, good luck, thank you very much, Sui. Nah, man, Ten Hag, come on, man. Come on, Ten Hag. But I get what Space Kid said. He's trying to establish himself. So
I feel like if it happens constantly, that's when you're going to see.
yeah.
His
Oh,
mind will
Simon
eventually-
Stone, big up United Empire. His name is Simon Stone.
That's
the
Simon
one.
Stone. Oh,
Yeah.
just negativity, bro. This guy's always negative.
Yeah,
He's
Simon
known on
Stone.
Twitter for being the negativity guy.
Yeah, Simon Stone. Let's see this.
BBC hype.
normal that you ask why. In the moment, it was a curious incident that you ask as a team why. But what my view is, finally, and quite quick, you have to accept. It's the referee's decision. It's a VAR. So, okay, then you accept it. And then you have to move on.
I told you, guess what? I did not watch this interview until just now. What did I say? He's a proper get the fuck on with it. Kill the game, score your goal, go home. Stop this fucking ref shit. Just do your job and go home. I told you, Griggs. I didn't even watch this interview when I said this.
If this happens like in an important game to get us top 4, I guarantee you his tone will switch. He's
I
gonna start
wonder.
going, That's what needs to happen. A game against Newcastle is not enough for him to go.
I wonder.
Like Klopp, you saw Klopp. Like it's a game against City. That's gonna make you go a little more extra mad. Game, no disrespect to Newcastle, but it's not that big of a game.
Yeah. Let's see. Right, let's continue.
And you are right. We are example for amateurs, example for youth, professional players, quite clear. So we have to know our role, and but it's also about professional football. So once again, when it's a decision like this, and once again, it was quite obvious the player touched the ball.
Ten Hag is a proper guy, man. Proper guy, man. Because a fucking interviewer asked Pep what was the mistake, and Pep nearly strangled him with his eyes.
He was ready to kill
Pep
him.
nearly finished him.
Yo, Pep
An
after the loss
interviewer-
in a crazy sight.
A journalist asked Jose Mourinho the wrong question, or the question in the wrong way, and he got up and he said, "What is it? 3 for me,
0 for football heritage.
3 for me, 0 for them. Respect." He just walks off. You need to Fergie really set the standard, and I don't just say because it's my ex-manager, but he set the standard of how to whip these journalists in line. You're not coming again. Get the fuck out of my club. You're not coming here and doing no fucking report. Nothing. Get the fuck about professionalism. Ten Hag said it. The reason why I say all this is he said it in such a beautiful way. He said, this is also, we have to be professional, youth, kids, I get it, but this is also a professional game, eh? This is also a professional game, eh?
I think the thing
Just
is though
be
with,
nice with it.
journalists, like you can start getting really angry with them once you like I think Young Spacey said it. Once you establish yourself, Fergie is a don. Like you can't say no, you can't just chat shit to Fergie. That's why he was allowed to. And Ten Hag already showed it too with Gary. Was it Gary Cotterill? I think he banned him. Ten Hag already showed it. He's like, I don't want you. I don't like your questions. Get out. And you're gonna start seeing it more
That
and
is
more
true.
and more.
That is true.
Also, Ten Hag would never do a press conference if he didn't have to. By the way, I guarantee you, this guy does not like press conferences. He just wants to be in the
Jose
locker
was
room.
like that as well. Sometimes he wouldn't do press conferences.
Ten Hag just wants to train tactics. That's it. That's his life. He don't care about talking to Simon Stone, David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano,
Laurie
anyone.
Whitwell.
Larry Whitwell. Like they're all good. Like respect to them all, but he don't want to talk to them. He just wants to focus on football. That's his job. His job is to be Man United manager, and that's it. Fergie liked the conferences. He liked to get people ranked, riled up.
Even Van Hal was very vocal with refs.
Oh, Van Gaal's the funniest coach of all time, man. This guy was his press conferences were primetime theater, man.
Yeah,
That guy was hilarious.
Masturbation, sex.
He had the charisma. He had charisma. For
Just-
Ten Hag, as much as I love him, he don't have charisma.
He sent the journals, should I actually write this? Should I even write this? I shouldn't even write this. Let's go and finish this video.
Ball from Newcastle, and so the ball from Newcastle, and but it's also about professional football. So once again, when it's a decision like this, and once again, it was quite obvious the player touched the ball from Newcastle, and so our players took advantage from it, and that you ask, so why? But then I think so when he explained, then it's and it has to be quite soon. Then it's done. Clear.
Eric, you've got a crazy month of fixtures, and then the World Cup starts.
I don't think Ten Hag is the type of manager to get a red card from the ref ever.
Nah,
Ever.
it has to be something really bad.
To all others. How do you prepare differently? How do you look medium term, longer term at the state of your squad and the likely state of the players?
Yeah, from the start of the season, we did that. Tried to plan that to the overload on players, and you see around with many clubs now, injuries are coming up, and you can't avoid everything because it's top football. In top football, they go to the limits, and injuries will come. But with this many games and in a long season, and also what's a huge problem is players don't get a break in summer, so there's so huge overload on the players, so they can't recover. you have to manage that, and you have also to protect the players as a manager to get the best out of them, not only from the risk of injury, but also to keep them in the right form, and also to keep them in the right form in the end of the season. And so I think you have to rotate. You need a squad. You need more than 11 players, so you have to rotate to keep everyone fresh. To what I said, to avoid big injuries as much as you can, and to get them in the right shape and to keep them in the right shape, in the right form.
Some good points there. He says, look, gotta rotate, man. Gotta keep rotating, gotta keep making sure that players are in form, which is he's doing with Malacia and Shaw and Eric's and Casemiro, McTominay, Bruno, Ericsson, Dallo obviously now feeling it a bit. Bruno's feeling it, if you ask me. Rashford and Sancho, he's rotating. You see them. Anthony's just come in, had a couple of games so far. So yeah, it's going to be interesting how he rotates that squad once Maguire's back. Maguire. once
Juan
Axel.
Bissaka coming back is crucial though, because if Juan Bissaka can impress him just a little bit in training, we have a backup for Dallo, even if it's for just the Europa League games. Dallo needs a rest.
Don't
It's
forget,
crucial.
Cup games are coming as well. I think Aston Villa is one of our first
I
Cup
care
games.
about. Hopefully, Steven Gerrard's still in the job.
So yeah. But that was Ten Hag's presser, man. I think it'll be an interesting game tomorrow, if you ask me. Then we have Chelsea after that. He'll have another press conference before that as well. Post match, I wonder what he says. I hope the refereeing goes okay. But you saw he was very
Who's
nice.
the ref for tomorrow?
Man, I don't even want to know, man.
But
I don't even want to know.
I know.
At this point.
I heard Anthony Taylor's refing on Saturday. Probably a good thing for us because he hates
I don't even want to know. The fact that we have to think now is scary.
If it's Craig Pawson, I might flip. I might my chair out the window.
Can't be Pawson again, no.
What the hell does it tell you? Yo, fuck my fix up, man. What the hell is Simon Hooper? I don't know this guy. That might be a good thing. Simon Hooper,
but yeah, listen. Nonetheless, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Obviously, I'm going to the game, so you'll see me upload the videos that I do weekly basis. You'll see the shorts and whatever. But yeah, tune into that. Big up to Grix for joining as well. As always, it's love. And hopefully we can go and grab these 3 points, because boy, we need the 3 points, and then boy, do we need to slow down Chelsea as well. The gap between the top 2 teams and then the next 2 teams and then us, and then between 5th and 11th, it's a whole 3 points. So everybody's fighting for the 5th
Liverpool
position,
are
if you
coming.
ask me.
Liverpool are coming now. They got that one against City.
Listen, Liverpool, Brentford, Brighton, Hammers,
Brighton can't score a goal right now.
Newcastle. Listen, there are teams who are in that conversation of just 3 points away. Whether you agree or disagree, that's in numbers in front of you. There are teams who are 3 points away from Man United who are like 9th, 10th. Go and look at the league table. 6 teams are fighting for one position.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
6 teams are fighting for the 5th position. We're in deep trouble. We need to collect
the only
points
good thing is
if we're going to be in the
only
top
good thing
4.
is we have a game in hand on Newcastle and Brighton. That's the only good thing.
Our goal difference,
our goal difference is freaking trash. Our goal difference is horrible. We're still negative too.
We don't score goals.
I mean, our goal difference. I guarantee you, it doesn't hit above 10 this season.
We do not score goals. And I blame Anthony Martial for that. Anyways, listen. Yeah, I do. Because if Martial FC can talk so highly of him, I can also talk so highly of him and say he's the reason why everything's going nincompoop. So, yeah.
Sure, he's the glue, and the glue's broken. So fair enough.
He's the glue. What kind of glue is this? If I start pulling all my shit,
I said that, bro.
I said
the glue ain't sticky enough. I said it in the chat.
It's some fucking shit glue. That's what it is.
The glue's falling apart. We need some sticky glue.
Well, I thought glue is supposed to stick. Clearly, this
Not
is
his,
fucking
not
fraud
his.
glue. We got frauded. We got frauded. The glue won an award at some mad age, thinking he's gonna fucking be this guy.
Yo,
and-
respect
yeah.
my golden boy
But
winner,
anyways,
man.
listen. Oh, Marshall is a glue stick. Oh my god, they're horrible. They're worst glue that you could think of. But anyways, listen, big up to everyone for joining. Big up to Greg. See you lot tomorrow after the game, post match. Hopefully, I get that done as well. It's a late kickoff, man, 8 p.m. in the UK. So that means by the time I come home, it'll be really, really, really late. Really late. So yeah, we'll just see. But big up to everyone. Peace, love, and guidance. Take it easy.